Let's talk to Andrew Allison, who's been waiting very patiently for us. He's here with us. Andrew, very good morning to you. Welcome to the brand new Mike Graham Show.
Well, thank you, Mike. It's an absolute pleasure to be on. Thank you for asking me.
Not at all. Tell us what you make of the state of the union, as it were, in January 2026. You know, we saw Keir Starmer yesterday getting up in Parliament, not answering questions, the Prime Minister's questions, being his usual, opaque self. I'm not looking forward to 2026, I have to say. I don't trust this government. I know that times are going to get tougher. They keep telling us that we're going to feel richer soon, but I don't see it.
I just didn't bother saying Happy New Year to people this year, Mike, because I don't think it's going to be a particularly happy New Year. You've covered some of the stories this morning, and the Chagos thing is an absolute betrayal
Yeah.
of this country. It's a betrayal of the Chagosians as well. But I mean, that's I wouldn't say the least of our worries, but we've got the economy, which I think is heading for one big crash. I think we could end up with a new prime minister, hopefully by the end of this year. But then you've got to be careful for who you wish for. I mean, it could be Ed Miliband, for goodness sake.
Oh,
I mean, Ed
God.
Miliband as prime minister. I mean, that would be dreadful. I can't see Rachel Reeves being imposed, but I can see her or another chancellor, someone who replaces her, going cap in hand to the IMF for a
Yeah.
bailout. So I don't think it's going to be a particularly great year politically.
No, it really isn't. And I mean, the problem is that also today, hidden away in one of the sort of left-hand pages of the Daily Mail, 22 different areas of councils in May are not going to be holding elections. I mean,
Mm.
nobody seems to be getting bothered by this. I mean, the sort of the mainstream media interviewers don't seem to be asking the government the question as to why they're doing that.
Well, elections were cancelled last year. We were given reasons for it. It was very last minute, but you could understand some of the reasons, such as there's going to be local government reorganisation, and then next year, as in now, 2026, there will be proper elections. But this just seems to be going on, and we know the reason why. The Labour Party does not want elections to take place because it knows that Reform UK is going to do well. And it just simply wants to prevent Reform UK councillors from being elected. And that can be the only reason. I mean, and saying to councillors, well, you can postpone elections that you're likely to lose. You can postpone them if you want to. Or what are they going to say? Oh, well,
Right.
yeah, let's postpone them for another year and see what happens.
Mm.
It's an absolute betrayal of democracy, and anyone should be able to see that.
Yeah, absolutely right. And surely there must be at some point or other um, the Electoral Commission acting here, where they say, actually, you can't just postpone them because you don't fancy doing them. You know, you have to have a decent reason. I mean, it was this Labour government that wanted to sort of coagulate various different local authorities and to change the way that they ran. And you can't then say after that, well, because we're changing the way it runs, this is not the time to do it, so we're just not going to bother having an election. It seems mad to me.
You could perhaps get away with postponing elections for a year, Mike,
Right.
which and because of local government reorganisation, I think you can probably get away with that. I think to a
Mm.
certain extent the government did get away with that last year, but you just can't keep on doing this
No.
indefinitely. But I seem to remember that the Electoral Commission did say something and did make some sort of criticism. I think that was between Christmas and New Year, or maybe just before Christmas. I
Uh.
can't remember. I can't remember exactly what they said, but I think there was some criticism from the Electoral Commission about the way the government's handling this.
Right. Final question for you on the West Midlands Police. I think we've been talking about it quite a lot this morning, but the state of play in Birmingham alone just seems to me to be extraordinary. You know, we've now got calls from Kemi Badenoch for him to resign, the chief constable, or for him to be sacked. Obviously appointed by Labour, probably, so that the government doesn't seem to be too in much of a hurry to get rid of him. But again, the politicisation of the police force in this country has gone way too far, hasn't it?
Yeah, it most certainly has, and credit also to Nick Timothy, the Conservative MP,
Yeah.
for really continuing with this campaign to get to the truth. And now finally we are getting to the truth. I think resignation is too good for this chief constable. I really think that he should be fired, and the Home Secretary does have the power to fire him, and she should use it. But of course, it's not just him; it's also the senior leadership team around him who've allowed this to continue. There basically needs to be a clear out of senior police officers in the West Midlands. And I think that's the only way that those people who live in the West Midlands can have any confidence in the police, because this has been an utter disgrace. They have lied and lied and lied. And normally they will get away with it. This time they haven't. Thank God they haven't. But we really do need some firings now.
Yes, because you do have to wonder, and this question was being asked yesterday by a couple of people, what else have they been lying about? How else have
Yeah.
they been comporting themselves over the course of the last several years in a part of Birmingham, which appears to have been entirely captured by the Muslim community, and where
Yeah.
whatever they say goes.
Yeah, exactly. And this rise of sectarian politics, Mike, is what really troubles me. I mean,
Yeah,
we've seen it in Birmingham. I mean, there was even a seat in Leicester, I can't remember which seat, which was won by the Conservatives simply because all the left wing vote completely split. And
yeah,
somehow or other, the Conservatives came through the middle. But there's a
mm,
lot of sectarianism going on in our politics now. And that really does concern me. And as you say, there are parts of Birmingham that have been completely captured by Islamists who are willing to take arms. They were willing to get knives, guns, whatever it takes to try and subvert the rule of law. And the police who are there to protect us and to prevent this from happening are basically just saying, oh, well, if you're going to do that, we'll just let you get away with
mm.
it. I mean, this is a complete breakdown of law and order in this particular part of the country.
I know, shocking, absolutely shocking. Final question for you, Andrew. How's the weather up there? We've made planks of the day out of the local councils of this country because they haven't got enough gritting lorries, haven't got enough salt, they haven't got enough, safety recognitions for various different parts of the country. I mean, why is it that every single bleeding winter, when we get a little bit of snow and a bit of ice, we can't seem to cope?
It's a very good question because it happens every year. It's a bit like the NHS
Yeah,
winter crisis. It's an
it
annual
is.
event, isn't it?
Yeah,
They never seem to learn. As the weather, it's been cold. It's been sort of sub-zero, feeling like it's been much colder. There just seemed to have been a lot of grit on the roads in my part, the East Riding of Yorkshire. So I can't complain of that. I've been driving around perfectly normally. There doesn't seem to have been any particularly icy patches despite the sub-zero temperatures. So maybe I should give a call out to the East Riding of Yorkshire Council, who appear to have done their job properly. If only other councils around the country would do the same.
absolutely smart, amazing, splendid stuff, Andrew. Great to talk to you. Good to have you back on the team.
My pleasure.
This is, of course, the place to be. It's the home of common sense. Andrew Allison there from Popular Conservatism.